All right, so today let's cover a pretty shitty situation and go over digestion. So today I'm going to drop the deuce on you guys and explain to you how to improve your digestion and stop bloat and gas. And so fermentation is what actually usually causes the gas, which is 75% carbon dioxide and methane. So, but a lot of times people, when you watch YouTube videos and listen to different doctors, their answer is, well, you just take digestive enzymes and you take probiotics. And it's a hit or miss whether this works or not. So what I want to look at is besides that, I want to look at, do we have mold, do we have parasites, do we have yeast, do we have fungus, do we have bacteria overgrowth? What is actually causing the poor digestion? Because it could be one of those factors, and we can do some lab tests and things like that to figure out if one of those pathogens is the cause to balance out the microbiome in the intestines. But one of the things that's produced with poor digestion is hydroxyl radicals. And so an easy solution to the gas with those hydroxyl radicals is just to take hydrogen tabs. It's a quick, simple fix. It'll calm some of those symptoms. And that's actually caused because there's a Fenton reaction causing, and genetically you do not process copper and iron well. And so if we take more glutathione, because as we age we make less of that, sometimes that will help with the process that converts that hydrogen peroxide back into H2O. And we want everything to move through this cycle where we go through oxygen to superoxide to hydrogen peroxide back into H2O and O2. And this is our nitric oxide uncoupling cycle. But when things go out of whack, we end up, and we don't have enough superoxide dismutase or enough catalase, what ends up happening is we end up with these things that we don't want, like peroxynitrate, hydroxyl radicals, or superoxide in excess amount that causes inflammation. So a simple solution is, if you have an excess amount of gas, toxic gas, hydrogen tabs sometimes will do that trick. But to really get a case in point of what each individual needs, you gotta look at labs and you gotta look at somebody's genetics, because oftentimes there's people that have more severe things going on. You're not going to be able to solve it by just trying the typical, which is probiotics and digestive enzymes. And another thing that helps is following a low FODMAP diet. And you guys can look that up online and see what the high FODMAP foods are, and avoiding those. Those are hard to digest foods that will lead to excessive amounts of fermentation in the gut and lead to gas. So those are some things that I can recommend to help you guys out with getting lab tests done. Another problem, actually, I want to bring this up, is with the probiotics. Some people who have some excess amount of mold, and certain people don't break down histamine well. And when that happens, the mast cells become overactivated, and we cause more inflammation, and we cause leaky gut and autoimmune type reactions because of that. So high histamine levels, if you don't break that down, signal protein in the gut called zonulin that controls the interstitial space between the cells in the gut. And we want to keep that tight junction there so we utilize more of our nutrients and stop some of that inflammation. So you can't just put everybody on digestive enzymes and probiotics and think that's going to work, because there's a certain percentage of the population that have mutations in these genes, like the HNMT gene, that you're going to actually make their problem worse by giving them a probiotic, especially certain types of strains. So let's always take a better approach to things and find out the underlying cause, and we can get a long way by taking a smarter approach.